Hi everyone, it's time for another episode of Atoms for the Love of Movie Picks. This time around we're going to be talking about the 2015 film The Wave. So basically the premise of The Wave, in this pulse-pounding thriller, geologists try to prevent a tsunami from destroying a popular tourist destination. With less than 10 minutes to react, it becomes a race against time in order to save as many as possible, including its own family. So this film here, it's a foreign film from Norway, but it's still done to, I would say, the same movie standards that you would expect from a Hollywood movie. It's still a great film to watch, even with subtitles. And even though the actors are largely unknown in North America, they're still professional Norwegian actors, and they do a great job bringing their characters to life. So you probably won't know who these people are, but I'm just going to read them off so you get an idea. You got Christopher Joner as Christian, the character Christian, the lead character, the geologist. Anne Dahl Torp as Idun Carlson, his wife. Jonas Hoff as Sondre, his son. Edith Hagener as his daughter Julia. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce this, but the guy that plays former fellow geologist Arvid. And then you got a couple other ones, Margot, Jacob, and George, all the fellow geologists. And yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the more popular characters in this movie. It's great special and practical effects in this movie. I love how the film, it starts off, it really shows the natural beauty of Norway's countryside and geology with some very good practical real life shots. It's also got some humor in it, even though it's tough to gauge what they're saying, because you kind of got to read the subtitles and gauge the reaction at the same time. There's some humor that'll make you laugh in it, especially between Christian and his family. Like we said, Christian is a geologist. He's in charge of this monitoring station, or monitoring the mountainside above a Norwegian fjord near the town of Geiranger. Christian basically is in his last week at Geiranger as he's taken a job in the big city, and is also therefore in the process of moving with his family, who all live in Geiranger. The attention to detail in what I would imagine one of these mountainside monitoring stations would look like is well done. Very realistic, very believable, and the detail that they bring. And then just as Christian is getting ready to leave on the ferry, he has a revelation about some sensors that were going off earlier when he was at the station. As a sign of what might be about to happen, and he decides to stick around to help out. Like I said, this movie's got a great storyline. It's very easy to follow. It has the right mix of intriguing dialogue and non-action sequences, along with great pulse-pounding action sequences. They really blend them together well in this movie, make it very enjoyable to watch, and keeps you interested throughout the whole movie. The geologist team who monitors the mountain decide after Christian's warning to go on a 24-hour watch of monitoring the mountainside. And that is when things start to get interesting. Christian figures out from the data that the mountain side is about to give way, and that there is little time to act. Based on most of the data with these mountainsides, from what I understand, usually they have these these sensors that say when a mountain is expanding, and also monitoring if a water drops, like the water level drops in the mountainside. Most of these mountainsides, when they're about to collapse, they expand. Well, the very rare time, like in this movie, it contracts, it pulls in before actually letting go. Which is what kind of almost fooled them, and they almost didn't catch it in time. And there's no real warning about it before it happens. It just literally contracts, and then it's done. It's over. A scene where the mountainside collapses into the fjord. creating a massive tsunami. And I mean, this has happened before in history, you know, in various places around the world. You know, is just awe-inspiring and on par with some of the best scenes from some of the greatest disaster movies. You know, I love you know, the race against time for the whole town of Garinger to get 80 meters above sea level in 10 minutes, which is all the time they have before the tsunami hits. You know, and then you got the scene on the highway where Christian and a neighbor named Anna have to take refuge in a car, and the tsunami, as the tsunami hits, because they cannot get high enough in time. It's intense, it's visually stunning, and it's very realistic looking. Great scene. And then, you know, as Christian, you know, crawls out of the car and is surveying, you know, the landscape around him, it's just it's a total devastation and destruction. With the highway he was on unrecognizable. Garinger has basically been wiped off the map and left in utter ruins. Overall, this is a great film. Like I said, on par with some of the best disaster films to date. You know, just a great overall film. Like I said, it keeps you pretty much you know, interested and at some points on the edge of your seat pretty much through the whole movie. So yeah, highly recommend it for anybody. I would say it's a family movie. I mean, there's some intense disaster sequences, obviously, but I wouldn't say anything above a PG-13 rating. No real strong language. So yeah, definitely check out The Wave. You will not be disappointed. Pretty much available wherever movies are sold. I'm not sure if it's available on any streaming platforms, but definitely check it out. You'll not be disappointed. Have yourselves a great one. We'll catch you in the next one, folks. Take care.